Hi guys, so in this video we are going to be looking at negative indices, so something like 2 to the power of negative 3 and perhaps m to the power of negative 5, and then we're going to finish off with something along the lines of 2 times 3 power of negative 2. So maybe once you've watched the whole video, then you can let me know what the answers to these three questions are in the comments below. Right, let's head in. So we're going to start with 2 to the power of negative 2, and we can rewrite it as 2 to the power of 1 over 2 cubed. And the reason for that is because when we are dividing, we take away the powers. That gives us negative 2. Now we can work out the answer to it. So that'll be 2, and 2 cubed is 8. And so we can simplify this by dividing the top and bottom by 2, and that would be a quarter. So what I want you to see here is there a link to go from right at the start to this number 4 here? And you're probably, I think, wondering that yes, there's something to do with squaring, because 2 squared is 4. Well, yes, it is squaring. So what's happening is that we are actually doing 1 over 2 squared. Okay, this is what's happening. So we sort of flipped things over. Okay, so I'm going to write here sort of flipped. Okay, we're sort of flipping things here. Now, usually on a test paper or on an exam paper, it will tell you to find the value of something, which means that you have to work out the answer to it. Okay, so there you go. That's how you do it in 3 steps. Now let's have a look at another example here. Let's have a look at 3 to the power of negative 2. Again, we can rewrite it as 3 power of 1, 3 negative 3. Sorry, that should be a positive, my bad. So 1 take away 3 makes a negative 2. Work out the answer to that. So 3 over 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. We can simplify it by dividing the top and bottom by 3, so that'll be 1 over 9. Now again, can you spot the link between the index form and the number 9 here? Yep, we are squaring, so what's happening is that you're doing this, 1 over 3 squared. So again, we are flipping here. So whenever you see a negative, just think of, right, I just have to put it over 1 and then make the power positive, okay? And then you can go about and work out the answer to, so 1 over 9. So this works for pretty much everything. It works for algebra, it works for burgers, chips, but the only difference is that when we have, say, b to the power of, say, minus 5, then we can't really work out what b to the 5 is, so we leave it as it is, okay? We can't go any further. So that's the only difference. So the rule is, we should make a note of the rule here, so the rule is, whenever you see a something, a letter, a number, m to the power of a negative power, so call it a, then your answer should be 1 over m a positive power. Now lastly, we are going to be looking at some of the more difficult questions that involve negative indices, and I've just copied and pasted the rule here. So let's just start with 4 times 3 to the power of negative 2. Again, we can't really use the addition rule and add things up because the bases are different, so we're going to have to deal with the numbers separately. So this means we've got 4 times, and using the rule we can write it as 1 over 3 squared. Okay, and then find the answer to that, so that'll be 4 times 1 over 9. Okay, if you know your fractions, multiplying fractions, then this just becomes 4/9. Okay, we just multiply across. 4 times 1 is 4, and 1 times 9 is 9. So let's have a look at one last question, and this time we're going to be looking at 3 squared times 6 to the power of -2. So again, we can't use the addition rule here because the bases are different, so we're going to have to work with them separately. So here this is 9, and on the right hand side we have 1/6 squared. Now we can rewrite that as 9 times 1/36, and so again, using multiplying fractions, we can do 9 times 1, which is 9, and 1 times 36 is 36. Now you can leave it there, or you could go ahead and simplify this, so we can divide top and bottom by 9, and this will give us 1/4, so it's a quarter. Now, do you remember the questions I showed you right at the start? Can you now try all 3 of them and let me know your answers in the comments below? Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you in the next video.